Good morning, guys, and welcome back to the farm. It is shortly after 4 o'clock, and as you can see, it's processing day. Yesterday was processing day 2, and we figured, well, let's go ahead and knock this whole batch out in 2 days, so we didn't want to drag it out. So today is processing day as well. We've been getting up at 3 on processing days just so we can get them processed before it gets too hot. And now that it's kind of cooling down, I guess I could sleep in a little bit longer, but I'm the type of person that if I slept in and I came out an hour or two later, I'd think, man, I'd already been done if I'd have just got up. So we continue to get up at 3 o'clock and get these birds processed. And of course, we had thunderstorms last night, thunderstorms into the morning. I don't know if you can hear it, but I got this little spot set up on the corner of the barn and got the tent put up so I could process out of the rain. And now we're underneath the covered area to stay out of the rain. We've got only 25 birds left in this batch, and this will be 900 birds processed, packaged, and ready for us to consume or ready to go to the market. And unfortunately, just because it's raining doesn't mean that life on the farm stops, or any other job for that matter. So we're gonna bring you around this morning, take you through morning chores. Hopefully the rain will stop. If not, we've still gotta get them done. Yesterday's butcher, we did whole birds and some pieces. Today we're doing all pieces. And this is not a how-to video here, but we do have a video that shows how to piece all these birds up and raise them. If you want to check that video out, we'll put that right here. But today we're going to have our breasts and tenders. We're going to have our wings. Sometimes we'll do leg quarters. This chicken's getting all pieced up into thighs, legs, breasts, tenders, and wings. But if you want to learn how to do that, check that video out right here. We're going to get the rest of these pieced up, and then we'll head out to feed the rest of the animals. All right, all the birds pieced up and cooling. Let's get changed out and go get all the animals fed. All right, now that we're cleaned up and changed, I've got the tall boots on because it says we got around 2 inches of rain and it was pouring last night. And so we're gonna start with the chickens. We're gonna get the chickens knocked out first, but you can hear or see that we have definitely got some wet spots. And I was gonna do the chickens first because they're locked up. But obviously they're not locked up. I forgot last night it was pouring so hard, we did not come out and shut them up. Usually, I always feel like if it's raining that hard, that animals aren't gonna eat the chickens. I was right. But I know they're hungry. Let's get them some feed. Well, they've actually got feed, but that's one of the issues with these automatic feeders. When it rains really hard, the feed will get wet right there at the bottom. And so we just come in with a stick and poke the wet feed out, and then the feed will start to flow. Definitely love these feeders, but you gotta be paying attention when you get a bunch of rain, like we just did, that you unclog them so the chickens can get breakfast. And the same thing happened over here. It's clogged up. Get in there and get that wet feed off, and then they will work just fine, and gravity takes over. And since I brought the bag of feed all the way down here, I might as well top them all off too. All right, hay layers are doing just fine. Fortunately, since the rain has slowed down, pretty much stopped for the day. they'll be out and about doing their thing. Did notice this, Brooklyn told me this last night when she was running for cross country, that we got some wires down on the fence. Now, I think almost 100% sure those are internet. Obviously, I'm not gonna be touching them, so that'll be something we need to do today, is call the internet company and get these wires off of our chicken fence. You guys getting good speeds on the internet still though? Or are you complaining that you're not getting good enough speeds? Well, it's good speeds. You guys are all the way out. You got a little bit of wet feed down here in the bottom. You guys remember a couple years ago we made these homemade gravity feeders, and they work okay, but the chickens definitely spill a lot more feed out of these ones compared to the gravity feeder, the other gravity feeder. But I guess the good thing is chickens don't ever really waste anything. They pick it off the ground. The good thing is those don't really get wet inside, but this one is better for less waste on the ground. Although, like I said, it really isn't a waste. Chickens will pick it off the ground anyway. So, got both of the chickens fed. Let's go get the remaining meat birds moved and fed. Looks like we got an escapee. Let's go catch this chicken first. Come on. It's a lot easier with 2 people, but I think we can get her. We're just gonna have to corner around the fence. You know what? Let's make our life easy. Now let's go catch it. Well, guess we don't have to catch it. That'll work. You can see the amount of rain. It is just a wet mess here. But the new spot is nice and clean, and the birds look quite dry. All right, Cornish are looking good. Like I said, nobody's really looks soaked. The grass is, we're still kind of mushy here, but definitely a better spot than what they had, and they'll get moved again this evening when we feed again. And it is nice to just have one chicken tractor to move each morning as we do morning chicken chores. Now, once we get our last batch out, we'll move this other chicken tractor up along with it. But it's crazy to think we only have one batch left in the brooder. All right, this is the last group of Cornish for the year, batch number 11, and they are looking good. We've turned off one of the heat lamps here just so it's not so hot as they get ready to transition to the pasture, but they've got another week, possibly another week till we get them out when it's rainy and wet and chilly like this, which it isn't really chilly, but for chicks it's kind of chilly. We don't want to rush them outside. So last batch of the year, we want them to be as successful as possible. So I hear pigs honking at us. Let's go get those pigs fed. Well, it's starting to clear up a little bit, but they're calling for afternoon thunderstorms and showers, so I'm definitely glad that we've got all the chickens processed and cooling in the fridges. Pigs are probably wondering what is going on since we drove out past them to take care of the chickens and we didn't feed them. So now let's get the pigs fed. Good morning. It's a little bit wet. And I'm sure all the bowls are gonna be full of water. It's weird, usually the feed bowls are full and the water bowls are empty. I won't show you all the pigs this morning, but definitely wanna check out the ones that are expecting. And two Luis is starting to show. She's just got beautiful, beautiful colors on her, the dark browns with the black. And we should have some piglets here in just a little while. All right, next up on the most likely pregnant, it's right here, Delilah, is Delilah. And she is getting close. Now we don't have exact dates. Obviously we didn't see every pig get bred, but the more and more I look at her, makes me want to get her ready and moved over. So Delilah is going to be heading to the barn very shortly. Probably be the next video you guys see. We might get her moved up in there, because better safe than sorry. And Leonard, obviously the dad, we should have some belted babies. Look at this hair on Leonard. Is this like the equivalent of a mullet? Is this a pig mullet? But we'll probably take Leonard and move him up to the barn where Tuck and Josie used to be. Remember, we had Tuck and Josie move to new pastures. And so I'll probably end up moving Leonard up to that barn. We'll put a barrow or something in there with him. But Delilah will be heading to the farrowing barn very soon. Morning, Phil. Good morning, Thistle. So you got a bowl full of water here. Yeah, let's get you out of the hole there. Move you up to higher and drier ground. There's Phil. Although Phil always gives up his bowl because he's a good old boy. There we are, Phil. Phil and Thistle. So Thistle definitely does not look pregnant, which we've been wrong before. How'd you get that feed up by your eye? Get that feed out of your eye. So we're not showing any signs of piglets. She has had a litter on the farm so far, but not sure what's going on here. So I don't think she'll be moving up anytime soon. Morning, Ryder. Good morning, Smitten. Spitting. I almost called her spitting. Kind of like the rain right now. Here you go. Last possibility, late summer, early fall, is Smitten, and she is showing signs of babies on the way, so she will be headed up there eventually soon as well. And Ryder has been a great boar for us. Look at those tusks. He's a gentle giant there. So look at those ears too, bud. Floppy ears, big old tusks. Nice. Total package. I know. Y'all had to wait 20 extra minutes to eat. What a shame. Gotta let me get through. Gotta let me get through. Make the run. Alrighty. Pigs are happy now. So we'll have those 3 litters on the way shortly, but here is all of summer's litters, and they are doing great. And something that I need to do quite a bit is check these fences. We've got them moved into the woods now, and especially when there's a storm like we had, we need to make sure the fences are good. So I'm just gonna walk around and check the fence line just to make sure there's no branches on it, anything holding it down, and make sure we have good charge going throughout the fence. That will definitely drown out the charge. And thank goodness this dead tree decided to fall that way instead of in here. Who knows, a pig could have been in there, but I mean, it wouldn't have ruined the fence, but I'm thankful it went that way instead. So we saw that one was dead. I didn't want to make any more work at the time when we were cleaning this out. Nature has cleaned it up for us, and I'm glad it fell that way. Still got to clean it out, but man, the pigs have definitely been in here clearing very nicely. We've got a pile in here that we're gonna get ready. We want to burn some of this. Obviously, we'll wait till the pigs are out, but we'll push all this other junk in there, get that burned. I've got these few logs I can cut up and put in there. But the pigs have done a great job clearing this area up, and the exciting part is every year it's going to get better and better. So little piglets are fed, fence is good, should have a good charge on it still. They're going to be in here cleaning this mess up, and the one thing about the rain, it definitely cleans up your hogs and makes them look good. And look at all those beautiful colors. All right, last group to feed this morning is the sows. And we've got Claire and Peggy and Joyce and Betty White and Connie. That's impressive. I got everybody's names. And Cheryl, although she's a gilt, she hasn't had a litter yet, but there's Cheryl. But it's crazy to think about. None of these pigs are going into the barns with piglets, obviously, but we need to start planning and thinking for spring litters. As you guys remember, it's 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days for pigs to have piglets. And if you're not planning, you're falling behind. We want to have them early spring so it's not too hot and not too cold. It's just perfect. So we need to plan for that and have them ready. So we need to decide which sows are going with which boars. We've got Gordon, we've got Henry, we've got Phil, we've got Leonard, and we've got Ryder. So that's always an exciting time to decide who's getting paired with who. Well guys, I'm not gonna lie, when I heard that rain this morning, I did not want to get up for the second day in a row and process chickens. But when you start with this, raise it correctly on pasture like this, then in 8 weeks have an empty chicken tractor like this, but full freezers like this, and that makes it worth it. It makes for a really long day, but I'm glad that we got up and got them knocked out, and we're saving time because I don't have to feed those chickens anymore. I don't have to move those tractors this afternoon. We're also saving money. They're off the feed bill and we're not feeding those chickens anymore. So I'm glad we got it knocked out. The only thing we have left is to head inside, and we're going to vacuum seal that chicken, get it out of the fridge, put it into the freezer, and they will be ready to go. So before we do that, I need to get all this cleaned up, take the tent down, get the plucker cleaned, the tables cleaned, coolers cleaned, because we've got more storms that are supposed to be coming in this evening, and we definitely don't want that blowing around, and I don't want to have to come out in a storm and get that stuff cleaned. So we're gonna knock that out. We've got freezers full for our markets this week. We hope you guys are having a fantastic week. Don't forget to make the change, and we'll see you on the next video.